What? Hey, what's up, everyone? Hey, what's up, everybody? We are live. It's Sunday. A lot of changes in the Bird the Nerd channel and the peeps and live and all that stuff. But yeah, a couple, I guess, milestones that we crossed here earlier this week. I would say one, we finally have been quote unquote monetized. So we're not getting like we're not the 1,000 subscriber mark or 4,000 hours viewed, but we are. I guess I set it up to where we can accept super chats. So again, or you don't have to send us super chats, but I just think it's kind of cool that we're able to receive them. Obviously, they're much appreciated and all that, but I would say in the beginning stage of this channel, we did not expect. What's that, man?
Yo.
I would say we didn't expect to get to any type of almost 1,000 subscribers in less than a year and a half, yada yada. But it's pretty exciting. I mean, I think it's a testament to this YouTube thing still an ongoing thing. I think comic book speculation or investing, whatever you have, it's still fun in some ways. In some other ways, it's not. But I think our message mostly is we're not a speculation channel. I don't think we are. We just look at the market and just kind of have fun with it. We try not to speculate too much because that's just buying IPOs all the time or SPACs, what have you. But it's been really cool. I think it's been really fun kind of ride so far. We got Darth Lopez. He's joined us, this past couple months, and that's been awesome. And Fedora has been our third wheel from the East Coast.
Yeah.
And Pickels is just kind of a shithead, but we did this. We started this show together.
He's the handsome guy.
He's the handsome guy that changes his haircut every day. And I mean, this has kind of been I would say a labor of love. I think for all of us.
That's what I'm going for next year. I'm gonna go for the category of best hair and mustache.
Oh, shit.
Just gonna grow this whole thing and just let my hair grow.
Yeah.
I want to get an award for best walker.
Best walker.
There's some random ass categories of that.
Dude, man, yeah. we all know what category is missing. But I think you should be. This is a CBC award nominated channel now.
It is a CBC award nominated channel, and Michael Baker, who's also actually nominated for Best Wrench, he says, "Sad to say, I will miss today's show. Have my first fantasy football draft. Congrats on the CBC Awards nomination." Yeah, it was.
What is CBC? I don't know what that is.
They do YouTube awards, bro. I think it's funny. I think it's great.
Comic book community awards or something like that.
Yeah, dude. I think you got to lean in.
Here, I'll just for the sake of humble bragging, here it is.
Yeah.
They're gonna put for
speculation comic investing content. Keep speculating.
And they got you. They pulled your clip of Moon Girl and
Black Crown Comics.
Yeah,
they're really good. I think Black Crown might actually win.
Bleecker Street Comics.
what are we gonna get?
There it is. So I mean, that was pretty cool. It's been. I mean, again, I was just really shocked that the channel got nominated. We have kind of a funny time that we go on Sundays, and I've been adding more stuff to the channels
before football. Perfect before football.
Perfect before football. Hopefully, some people, I understand with fantasy football coming up, I'm just gonna catch a rewind or whatever. But I mean, it's been fun, man. And there's been some growing pains with the channel, just trying to figure out our niche and all that. But again, I mean, I think it's an honor to be nominated for sure. I'm gonna wait for the chat to kind of come through.
In about 3 weeks or so, I'll have plenty of time to do extra stuff during the week.
Real?
If I want to.
For real?
Strike starts September 13th, September 12th, something like
I
that.
thought it was October.
Are you still getting paid though?
I got 3 weeks of work left, and then done until they figure something out.
Then in Fedora's famous quote, he's gonna stick his head in an oven.
Yeah, bro. Wait, you still gonna get paid during the strike or no?
No, we only get we don't like so all benefits shut down from the company or like basically are disrupted, but because of the union, we get like a certain amount each week. It's not a lot. It's like under $200 or something like that.
How you gonna pay your rent?
Got
He's
money
good.
saved.
Yeah. I mean, he does work for Boeing, bro. That's got to be.
I mean,
It's like all
Pickels-
the overtime and stuff like that kind of
Pickels,
goes into a fund for that.
Pickles sleeps in 18-karat golden sheets. And
dude.
No,
he has a dirty money trash bin.
my
I
sheets
think
are discount.
I think the Boeing workers, because I've seen Boeing facilities and offices and plants, and I've seen the cars in the parking lot. I'm like, these
Yeah.
dudes are making, they're making probably $100,000 a year.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm just, or
I
mean,
I do a lot of loans for like
1,700.
I do a lot of loans for machinists, for Boeing, and like I mean these guys they work a lot too, so they get that OT and that always helps out. Yeah, they're in it for it. So yeah,
It's like I don't remember the exact numbers. There's like because there's different levels to the pay as far as like what grade mechanic you are, because there's grades all the way up to like grade 9.
yeah. Grade 9, you like Canadian grade 9.
No, those are like the
I know. I'm just kidding. You know how like Canadians say like grade 9? They don't say ninth grade.
yeah, those are the dudes that have their like A&P school and all that stuff.
I don't know or give a
They
fuck.
they
what
basically
A&P
they're the
is.
last line. It's like
I'm just kidding.
they work on the plane before it goes to the customer. Like they
Wait, so-
run all
So those are the guys
systems.
on their phones all the time. That's cool, right?
Yeah, they run all the systems. They run engines, make sure everything's functionally good before it flies over to Seattle.
Jesus
and
Christ,
handed
that'd be
off.
the most stressful job like ever. Like, hey, I'm the last guy that gets to see it. Like,
I've
take off.
taken those classes before.
Are they hard?
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't come into the company not knowing anything and then try to do that at all.
There's a high school in New York City that trains like high school students to work for Boeing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, refineries, bro, get paid bang too. And
Dude, there's
I
a
remember-
refinery up here in Arlington. Yeah, they make good money.
Yeah, before I left California, they had just started in LA Community College a course that helps pass the operator test in refineries. Because you get in there, bro, it's within the year you're over 100,000 a year. And I got like family and homeboys or whatever they're working at, you know what I mean? And when I left, they offered that course, and then I believe some refineries now value that course if you took it. I think they kind of changed the way the testing for you to get in. You know what I mean? Versus if you took that course, or if you didn't. Like hey, that's what I'm saying. I got two boys. If I see these guys, college ain't in their future. Hey, well, you know what I mean? If you're gonna work with your hands, you gotta work with your hands and try to get in, over 70 up to 100,000 a year. So
You already listen. He
For
already
sure.
laying down the law early. They can't even walk yet.
So
Yeah.
if you guys want to vote for any of the CVCA awards, this is the link for it.
First, stop being humble. Vote for us. If you want to
vote for
come on, vote
It's
for
just not
us.
my style, man. Like I'm not. I ain't a bad boy. So
Well, it's my style. It's my
okay,
style.
all right. And real quick, I just want to thank the chat for their support. To not only get us to monetization for super chats, but also to I'm sure you guys helped us get to that award. I want to thank my lovely wife for giving me the Sundays off for doing this. I want to thank my mom up in heaven for encouraging me to do stuff that other people may think is stupid. I want to encourage my dad for telling me I can never do anything like very valuable. Put that fire under my belly, and I want to thank my family for all their support. My in-laws. I want to thank my cats. I want to thank Darth Lopez for coming through on the 2024 squad.
yeah,
Fedora for coming in. As the third person on the show as well from the East Coast.
On my only day off.
On his only day off,
New York.
and
You gotta have a Yankee fan. Yankee fans are like Cowboy fans, bro. They're everywhere.
I think
I don't think there's no Cowboys.
I mean,
fans
I think that's it though, as far as like the people that I need to think, because like I feel like I'm missing somebody, but I don't know. Like I think I'm good, like because I've done a lot on this, and like Darth has done a lot, Fedora. Yeah, I think that's pretty much all I could think. So anyway, we'll leave it at that. So I'm just kidding, Jason. I'm just kidding.
He's got the Michael Jackson Thriller in the background, bro.
I was planning that for like days, and that was a horrible freaking. I fucked that all up, man. I had it all down and everything. Since he
This is why you can't be an actor.
Fuck off. Just kidding. Thanks, DJ Wise, and yeah, thanks to everybody. It's been a pretty cool ride. So we're about 10 minutes in. So if you guys could do that whole thing, click that like button, subscribe, watch the past shows. I'm going to be off next week, but I'll try and do a market report for video games and comic books this week before I leave. I had an 11-hour day working yesterday. It was a labor of love, but goddamn, I am freaking exhausted.
Where are you going now?
Mexico.
Oh.
Cruise.
Cool.
And then in October,
we're the show on the cruise.
Yeah,
dude. You know what? I actually asked my wife. She's like, "Do not do a show on the cruise."
I don't think
I did it
the
for Vegas. What's up with that?
The Wi-Fi, I don't think would. The Wi-Fi, I don't think it would be strong enough, though.
Yeah. So I was like, "Don't worry." Like it's kind of cool. So humble brag again. So we actually have like a what you call it, like a balcony, and we have a view of the water and like window, but like. It should be fun. It's for my brother-in-law's 50th birthday, so happy birthday to him. He looks like he's 22 still, though, but I mean that guy's forever young. So anyway, yeah, that's why I'll be out. What's that?
Stay with the group. Do not walk off.
Dude, I'm so worried about like getting like left in like Punta Cana or wherever.
I heard like a story about like some lady was on a cruise, like dancing it up and chatting it up, and she disappeared. And then she
like for real, seriously?
Oh yeah.
You're like that guy that.
And then
just follow stay with your group. If you guys stop and you go into the whatever town, stay within the vicinity where the cruise tells you to stay, bro.
This is gonna be the most stressful fucking vacation I've ever been
don't
on.
drink water like in town.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
we do boil it.
Yeah. Well, anyway, but we're not here to talk about my cruise. We're here to talk about comic books. But so I'll be honest. I got a little lazy with the list this week. I couldn't really think of anything. Like we've done like future spec, right? Of like the kids. We've done like current spec. We've done like don't buy this, or like definitely don't or definitely buy this, or like whatever. We've done FOC a little bit, right? Via Fedora. Darth has done Star Wars stuff. Pickles loves Swamp Thing and what's your other thing? Fucking anything horror. You like have
Pickles, you gonna
with.
get the Swamp Thing game for NES?
I want to. I've seen it.
It's pretty cool, man. I mean,
it's
like
expensive as hell, though.
Yeah, if I had $1 or $2,
I didn't even remember there was a game when I was a kid.
I didn't know that either, man.
Like, they made an NES game?
A Swamp game? A Swamp Thing game?
Yeah, look up Swamp Thing Nintendo, dude. It's insane. But I'm a Swordmaster ho. I got Swordmaster. I'm not getting that Cheetah-Man game, man. I'm going on a cruise, okay? Look at this place. I have to redo my house. I can't be buying comic books like I used to, but anyway.
Not comic books, is it NES game? Cheetah Man.
I'll think about it. Okay. I did send in Ocarina of Time graded. I think it's going to be 8.0. It's pretty crispy, but we'll see.
What are the grades games?
What's that? Same CGC.
Scale?
It's CGC. Yeah.
But so it's okay. So it's the same scale.
Thanks for watching my videos that I do on video game reports, Pickles. You fucking dickhead. Anyway, I hope you get hit with a wrench next time you're at work. Just kidding. So I was like, I've seen this done before on other channels, but I don't know if that guy's around anymore doing stuff. But I went off our favorite app, Key Collector, which honestly, I'll be honest.
Great app.
I use it because I can't remember everything. It's Google for comic books. Some of the stuff you got to take with a grain of salt. I don't look at the prices for anything, but like if I want to know what's the first, I don't know, Venom, whatever, look it on Key Collector.
Okay, if you're using it as a database, that's fine.
I don't literally
You
take
want-
with me
yeah.
though. I'm not at like a con looking through stuff, right?
Dude,
But
hey, when I first started hunting, hey, yes, I did because I came
yeah,
back.
everybody did.
Yeah, I was a rookie when I came back into the hobby. Like
Sure.
again, I learned a lot from watching content people and back then. But I would be that dude at the hunting in a store, and I'll pull out the key collector app.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be honest. I still
Hey,
do
I
it just
had
because
to,
I
man.
can't
That's how
remember
I
shit.
learned.
There's
Yeah.
It's impossible to know. And I know it gets a lot of flack, but like 90% of the stuff about Key Collector I think is positive. But what I thought was it's always fun to do during the middle week, right? They have this trending top 20 list on every Thursday. And so I took a look at it and I picked 10 books from that and we'll discuss it. I looked at prices from this past Sunday, or sorry, the 22nd, I want to say. And we'll see if these books make sense. There's a couple that I know Fedora is going to hate, and there's a couple I know that you guys may like. So without further ado, let's get into it. Hit that like button for me, and yeah. So first off, we have Aliens #1. Now, I haven't looked. I've had this comic book in second print, not a first print, and it's impossible in high grade. I'm just going to say, really, really hard, right? And I was shocked that it's going for 2K in a 9.8, and that was direct. Fellas, does any of you guys have this book at all?
Oh yeah, dude, I got a long box and a half of all Alien, Predator books, Prometheus.
Yeah.
Every time I go hunt, I whatever it is I see, I buy Alien and everything, Dark Horse, all of it. And I got and I found I got this whole miniseries, probably 2 or 3 copies of each, but none of them are nowhere near even getting gradable because I found all that I found them all half price books for $1. I found the 5th print, 4th print. They're always beat up. My LCS a while back had a bunch of it, bro, and I bought the whole box.
Yeah,
like $30.
Awesome.
Yeah, so no, I mean, this man, this franchise, I think it's just taking the lead over Star Wars. But I think Star Wars has just just breaks my heart, bro. Every time they come out with something and seeing what Alien Romulus did, get the franchise back, going. It got me excited for it. I don't know if any of these books are spec worthy. I don't think people really look at those Alien, Predator, Prometheus type books. I don't think people really do. But it obviously has its niche market. If I had $2,000 to spare, if I was a botter like that, I mean, plan on this. Why not? Because what's the census, right? I mean,
it's probably really low, and I think, I mean, going beyond just spec. I mean, I think this is like a classic Americana. Like subject, right? Like you said, it's a franchise kind of thing.
Yeah, dude, like this is nostalgia, bro. Like, I mean, I'm 47 years old, so I saw this movie in the movie theater. I'll never forget where I saw it at. You know what I mean?
I still haven't seen Alien.
Man, dude, it was the Village. It's in LA. It's in front of USC and next to the Shrine. Or what is it?
What?
The Shrine? Whatever it was. They used to have the Oscars back in the day. And I saw that movie. I'll never. To this day, it's my favorite movie. Ripley, badass. That movie it's just nostalgic for me. It's in my head. I can quote the movie. I love that movie. It was good to see the franchise. It was good to see that critically it did well financially, and for the most part, the fandom was okay with it. You know what I mean? There were some gripes, but nothing negative. And so hopefully it pushes this whole franchise forward, and we get good shit out of it. Just like Prey. So I think it's a good thing for us to like a fan of this type of genre in movies, and that's the only thing Disney has done. That in Deadpool, that's the only thing they've done right.
Predator as well.
Predator
as well. They did good.
Yeah, they did Prey.
I think Prey was awesome. I mean, like I know a lot of people were like, "There's no way that the weapons, right?" But like, I don't know.
They could not bash that movie. So all the Disney people that they do their content. They have that other lane, and I was watching them prior to Prey, and it was a lot of like negative shit, right? when the movie came out and it got like critics loved it, and I went to see these guys, their content minimal. You know what I mean? So Prey did very well, man. You know what I mean? Yeah, it was a female. We get it, but it still came off really well.
Yeah, and how many
both Alien, Romulus, and Prey had female leads, and you know, so it's never really about like that. It's just about, you know, people aren't making good content, and
Correct.
you know, so if good content trumps all, that's all I'll say.
Yeah, that's why like the
Still talking to
failure. Oh, look at the great bouquet.
Jogging in a North Face winter jacket in like
Pick-
85-degree weather. That's crazy.
Pickles. We're gonna go see Romulus hopefully next Monday, right?
Oh yeah, go see it, man. That's good. More money for it.
Should I go see Alien before I go see Romulus?
Yes.
I would. Yeah, I would see Alien and
watch the movie, Ferdy.
All right, so for the order is Alien, then you have to play Alien Isolation. Then
what's Alien Isolation?
Oh, people love that game, dude.
Is it a game?
Yeah.
On what system?
It's on all systems. Also, Limited Run Games did a special edition VHS movie edition for it.
Oh, fucking A, Jesus
and
Christ.
It's like $100. So that's for your.
There's your video. There's your movie spec right there for you.
Your video. No. It's a game, but the game, the case of the game
is a VHS.
Looks like a VHS.
Jesus Christ.
And it goes for like $100 and something. So there's your spec for like your next video.
I gotta go. Yeah, they talked about that a lot. I think I only tried to play. I tried to play Alien versus Predator, and I just couldn't do it. I couldn't figure out how it moved. It was too dark. I would just get marked. And I went because back then I used to, like I said last time, play shooter games for a little bit, like Rainbow Vegas and all that.
Yeah.
And I was really not that good at them. But that game,
Did you play it for Atari Jaguar?
Atari? No, I don't know.
Alien versus Predator was for Atari Jaguar.
No, they had one on consoles. They had one on Xbox and the PlayStation. Facts, bro, because I played it and I just was not good at it, and I couldn't see my enemies coming at me. I didn't know how to fight, and that's the thing with video games. I would just lose patience.
That's the one you could become the alien, the predator, and like the marine.
Yes, sir.
I know there's a version of Atari Jaguar.
I can't remember what game I played that was like that, but anyway.
But supposedly there's a third print of this Alien book because one day a customer called and then he was asking about it. He was just like calling to the store just to ask, and me and him were having a conversation on the phone. And then he said there was a third print of
this book.
Yeah, he was saying that he wasn't sure because he tried to look, but he couldn't find it. So apparently it's rare. I don't know.
No, it's. I mean, I got like two of them, but
I had it during the pandemic.
There's a fifth print.
I think that's the one he was talking about. Because they were saying that there's like a print that's like you can't even find a picture of it.
No, it's the back of it. It's the back of it. Oh man.
All right, we're gonna go on to the next one. I'm sorry, I gotta keep this going, guys. New Avengers 33. This is a funny spec, right? But the timing for this now, I thought this is why I want to talk about it. So it's the Incursion storyline, which I thought was pretty cool, but I don't know, $10 to $15 for this. It's held that kind of price point. I sold a 9.6 a long time ago for like $80. But the timing for this spec kind of makes sense with the future of the MCU storylines, and Doom, right, is super hot right now. It's a beautiful cover. I mean, you can argue against whether you like the storyline or not, but this cover is I think it's really cool. I mean, get the sign with a white marker by Robert Downey Jr. I think would be kind of nice. But Pickles, have you ever found this book in the wild or looked for it on your whatnot shows?
No. I mean, if I've seen it in the wild, I don't remember it. But I often am not finding myself digging through Avengers bins all that often, though.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Yeah.
Because you're stuck in those Swamp Thing bins, Ben, looking for Swamp Thing.
Well, I mean, that's definitely one that I stop by every time, but that's just more. So I like looking at them. Good storyline.
I hate you so much.
Awkward silence after the,
Fedora. Have you read the incursion like storyline? Do you think that's gonna be like part of the MCU?
I don't read much Marvel or DC. I read like a lot of indie stuff like Boom Studios, IDW, things like that.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you what this reminds me of. Remember that Kang book that came out, the Alex Ross cover that everybody was
the second
crazy
one?
over?
Yeah.
When he was, and it was like the different faces of Kang or some shit like that.
Yeah.
That's what this is to me. And like, where's that book now? Like,
Yeah.
Like, I feel like there's always like, anytime like a villain gets picked up, it's like it's always that one book that like, oh, look at this badass cover. There's nothing going on.
Yeah,
that's what that is to me. Nice cover. If I see it in the store, I'd probably like save it for like maybe like a tourist or a kid that's like, hey, you got anything Doom? Because we do have like books that people spec on, but I try and like sell it to people who actually like, even if they know of the character but they want to keep it because they want something cool to bring back home. I always try to get the trending top 20 books because we do have them and they do come up on our wall very often. Sometimes we'll have a book on the wall for like 3 weeks and then it hits on the Key Collector app, and while I'm at work I'll try and like let like maybe like somebody who just walks in and it's just like, oh, I'm not really into comics, but you know, like I do like this character and I just want something to keep, and I'm like, hey man, like buy this, because I'd rather that person buy it than some schmo. But anyways, that's beyond the point. But that's what this book is to me. Like, this book is like, sell it to somebody. Or if I'm in the shop, I'm gonna put it in the hands of somebody that's gonna hold on to it.
Gotcha. And Darth, I know you don't read a bunch of Avenger stuff, but like, have you found this in the wild in your travels?
No, no, not this. But I did. I'm currently reading Avengers, and I read the Jason Aaron, the last one. Yeah, it didn't end so well. It fizzled out, but it was enjoyable for the most part.
Yeah.
Right now it's okay, obviously, because I got my girl in it. Captain Marvel canceled, Carol Danvers, but I don't like Pickles said, I don't really look through long boxes of Avengers, and when I do, it's for like the reprints.
Yeah.
And hopefully there's a variant in there that slipped by, and second prints, stuff like that. But
this is kind of a pass for me personally. Like, I've read the story, it didn't really do anything for me. And I don't think it's an okay story. I don't think it's gonna relate to the MCU. They could go so many different storylines, right? So I'm not.
Does this lead directly into the newer Secret Wars that they did?
I don't know. I think it's a little bit earlier.
Okay.
But chat might know. I'm not sure. But
I wasn't sure if it did or not, because I knew that like when they were dealing with that, because I did read the new run of Secret Wars. That was the deal, was like all these incursions that already happened and stuff like that.
It probably has, like, they probably reference it. I think I haven't read the newer Secret Wars in forever, so I can't say whether or not it does.
They say it's one of the best Marvel event. I've heard it's the last best Marvel event that they've done. You know what I mean? Where they add the whole Marvel in the storylines. They add the whole.
They
Marvel.
kind of like.
Yeah, everybody has
everything kind of central. Yeah.
Yeah, I heard it was really good, but I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't know.
All right, on to the next. Going DC this time. Batman #1. So the Key Collector was talking about Court of Owls is back in session, or I wrote that. Get it? Anyway, this is it. I think this is DCU spec. Am I right? I was looking up prices for, what have you. 298s went for $350 total. So you're basically paying almost $400 for 298s. A newsie, Fedora's favorite type of comic, for this went for $400. $400 for a newsie of this book. I'm not specking on this book at all. New 52 was a fun run for sure, but Court of Owls, I don't know. Like, it's it's not enough for me to spend $400 on a newsie, you know, for a first appearance. That's argumentative, you know, that kind of thing. But I just thought it was odd that, or I thought it was interesting that Key Collector included it in their trending top 20.
You know what's so funny about that book? A homie of mine had like the 1 in 50 or whatever it was of the sketch variant, and it was signed, and he was trying to sell it for 400.
Did he get it?
I don't think he ever sold it. I just think he was like, that was like when the market was like hella down and like nobody kind of gave a shit because like after the pandemic and like it was like a weird spot. Then he was just like, yeah, I guess I'll just hold on to it. I think he still has it, but I think it's funny that like that's probably the book that's gonna go crazy when the Pattinson movie comes out.
Right, for sure.
Wait, that's not. Is this the first appearance? Ain't it later?
See, that's the thing. Like some people say, there's like a little cameo of them in here, but like I think,
like they leave,
I mean, it's a number one issue of a modern book, right? And it's Batman, so there's got to be a ton of these out there. I mean, I don't think I'd even pay $100 for a 9.8 if I was investing in this, you know. So
people love this run.
It's a great run. I mean, as far as modern runs, I think if you're like my nephew, he's a huge Batman fan. He like dresses up as Batman for like fun.
Yeah.
And he's like 16, 17 years old. He loves this New 52.
Man, I had this whole run, bro.
He loves Damien too. He loves Damien. It's a great series, man.
I regret selling it, dude. Like I said last week, you brought up a Batman book. Like if I had found anything Batman, I'd just keep it. Because I had it all. I had the whole, all of it, dude.
Batman's the most consistent book out there, in my opinion. Pickles, do you have this book?
I don't. For a long time, I was looking for. Well, I think like number 6 in this run. I think was like what they is like the full appearance of the Court of Owls or whatever. Right. I don't know. Like to spec on this for me is kind of like what is it? It's like I don't spec on courts or councils or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? Like
a group, right?
Yeah, like look what happened with the Multiverse of Madness or whatever when they brought in. Like everybody got super stoked because the council in your book, like you were able to, it like skyrocketed. But where is it now? Because the council.
Oh, the Illuminati. Yeah,
the Illuminati.
Yeah,
so that's kind of like I don't really like spec on that because it's like, yes, it's cool that they're introducing this new aspect of Batman. Do I think it works in the Robert Pattinson world? Yes, because it's a little bit darker and grittier than your typical Batmans.
Right.
So I think it's a good move for that, but I wouldn't necessarily spec on it or. You'll probably see it go up a little bit, but like I said, for whatever reason, DC spec doesn't. The news doesn't tend to fluctuate the book prices all that much.
Not even in the pandemic, DC books weren't.
Oh wait, watch. Weird. Listen, I'm gonna say this when Homeboy announced his list of movies that he's doing, James Gunn. There was a lot of people coming in. Buying a fuck ton of trades. We moved a lot of trades. We moved a lot of Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow trades. We moved a lot of Wonder Woman trades. We were moving a lot of stuff, you know. So I don't really think they fluctuate as the comics so much, just because I think the people that kind of care more about DC, even if they're just casual, they just want to read the stories. And I think that's like the big difference that I noticed between Marvel and DC, because Marvel people tend to like care. They tend to buy books because of the flippability.
Yeah.
And what I'm noticing with DC people, the younger kids, the college students, and the high schoolers, there's a lot of more of them into DC than there are into Marvel, but they're buying the trades.
I was just gonna ask that about because I want to read this. I was like, in my head, I was like, how much is a trade? Maybe I could just get the trade paperbacks and read it that way.
Well, now they're doing the $10 trades, and I've been pushing those. And honestly, they're so easy to sell because it's like, look, like this is the complete first series of this character, Far Sector, and it's $10. And then like it like there's no resistance. They just buy it because it's $10.
Yeah, that's really cheap. That's really cheap and affordable for a kid too.
Yeah.
Pickles, do you DC app? How's that? How much is that again per month? And like, what do you get?
Well, so I'm like not at the top tier, so I don't get access to all of it. Like, there's one more tier that basically within 30 days of it releasing in shelves, you then get it.
Yeah.
But I think it's like $70 for the year, something like that, and you basically have access to all of their like back stuff,
previous stuff.
Yeah,
like if you want to read this,
like Static, I read that whole run on there, like all that. They have all that stuff.
That's just
cool. It's like over $100 for the other one, and I'm like, I was like, I don't need it that bad. Like,
yeah.
If I'm already paying for the Marvel one too.
Yeah.
Marvel is what's the price on the Marvel?
I think that one's about the same. It was like somewhere between $50 and $60 for the year.
Oh, for the year?
Yeah, but they don't have any. There's no like limited anything.
Oh, I can just go back.
Watch it. That one allows you to read everything. The DC one, for some reason, cuts you off.
Like it,
like Omnibus and stuff like that, you have to pay more for.
They want you to buy that Omnibus, right? And that's cool. I mean, they gotta make their paper money, right? So anyway, this is Fedora's pick of the week, crossed number 0.
No, it's not. No,
it's the hot book of the week, man. It's on every top 80 list and all that. So prices really? For this, huh?
Birds.
Shit. I mean, yeah.
No, yeah. Wait, what's the price for?
$60. $60 raw. $60 raw and a near mint for this book. To me, this has the Preacher vibes. What I mean by that is great writing, a good show, but it won't pan out as far as Spec is concerned. And like, I have a friend who's in Hollywood. Me and Pickles have a friend that's in Hollywood. So Garth Ennis is going out trying to sell this to Hollywood producers, right? I don't know what his connections are, right? But he's proven himself. So if I was a betting man, based off how he pitches it, I could see it going to the big screen. However, it's extremely hard to sell your own product just because of the business side of it. Some companies just won't. Well, they'll want 100% of like the streaming rights, or they want 100% of the revenue. So depending on what Garth Ennis's negotiation power is, it might be really tough for this to get to the big screen. So I wouldn't pay $60 for a raw. I wouldn't pay $20 for a raw, just because my risk aversion is very low, and the fact that I haven't heard about this book until the option potential. Right. It's not even announced it's been optioned. He's shopping it around. It's going to take a really long time for this to come to fruition. I know Fedora really hates this book.
No, Pickles, I don't hate the series. I don't hate the look.
I mean, sorry, you hate the option news about this book.
Yeah, because,
I should say.
Listen, we live in a time where, like, I'm not going to say it's sensitive, but I'm going to say the things that happen in this book are not going to make it to the big screen. And there's a lot of people who really, and I feel like if you're going to do this book, you have to do it. You have to go all out. Like, you have to, what's in the book, you have to put on the screen, or else it's not crossed. It's just another zombie horror movie. It's literally going to be like everything else. And there's a lot of uncomfortable, crazy things that happen here. And that's what made the book, because it was just like, wow, like, they're really doing whatever they want in this book, and nobody's offended by this. And then, so for me, like, if you put it on there, people are going to get pissed off, people are going to get offended, and people are going to be like, what the hell is this movie? And then 2, if it does make it, it's not going to have it. So there's like 2 big factors. Like, 1, the movie will definitely piss a lot of people off if they do make it true to its form. And then that would look very negatively. And 2, if they do decide, okay, well, we're going to take a risk on it, they're going to cut everything out that makes crossed. So there's like really no point, because like, it's just, the guy's been trying to make that into a movie for the last several years now. like 10 years he's been trying, and it's just like, bro, like no one wants to touch that book. Like it's we don't live in that time anymore. But anyway,
Yeah.
I'm done.
Well, I mean, it's a good point, right? It's a really good point.
Is it about zombies?
It's about like not really zombies, but like they act as if zombies, and I've heard it's really grotesque.
Possession or something? I gotta look into it now.
Yeah.
Just,
60 bucks though, man. Like that's a lot of money, dude. That's a lot of
there's a lot of RP, there's a lot of SA, there's a lot of
oh yeah, no, I'm good.
Yeah, exactly. And it's a lot of really sick, disturbing stuff. And it's, if you're gonna do the cross movie, you have to do that. That has to be in the movie. Yeah. Because that was the whole reason the book was even made.
And here's the key point that like I feel is just not gonna make it is he's going in saying, hey, I have this great product, I have this great, world or whatever. One, you got to come to my terms, essentially is what it sounds like to me. And then two, like Fedora was saying, you have to do it in my kind of vision. And that's going to be really hard from what I hear to do it correctly in his vision. So anyway,
the first issue has, listen, man, just if you got the time, don't read issue 0, read the first issue, and you'll see what I mean on why it'll never happen. And if you pay $60 for this book, you're a mark, you're a fool, you're a momo. Stick your head in an oven.
He means that the nicest way too. He means that the nicest way. So
yes.
All right. This is a classic for I think at least the 3/4 of the panel here. This is DC Comics Presents number 47. First appearance of He-Man in comics. Skeletor as well. So you meme kids out there, if you're a meme collector, which it might be a segment. Mojo Quit says, "What is a Momo?" Skeletor as well. Get a newsie, I guess, if you're trying to invest in the higher end portion of this. 1,400 to 3K and 9.8, depending on if it's a standard or a newsie. The past couple of books we were talking about earlier, like the Alien book and this one in particular, I think it's so crazy, and it kind of talks to the testament of how Star Wars has just done this and other properties have done this. Like that Boba Fett first appearance, that was like a 1,400 to 3K 9.8, like easy for the longest time. And I mean, He-Man's had a cartoon come out, which was okay, but it seems like there's nothing really like in the writing for He-Man, not that I know of, but it's definitely like hit nostalgia and stuff. But
no, they have there's a movie coming. They already casted they've casted He-Man and they've casted.
Oh my gosh, that's right. So sorry.
Yeah,
okay, well,
they casted whatever her name is.
That's
Tia?
right, homegirl. I remember. I know you're talking about
Tia.
Yeah.
Like
you're right.
This is this is when I was a child, but I wasn't really a He-Man kid.
Are you shocked that this is 14 to 3K and 9.8 though? I mean, that was bids.
Yeah, 14,000 or
1,400 and 3K.
Nah, because I mean bro, this is a book from the 80s, right? It's like 80. It's got to be 80 something, mid 80s.
Sure.
And no, I'm not shocked at all, especially for a newsstand. You know how it is, bro. People can say what they want about newsstands, but it has a market, and I ain't one of those guys for newsstands.
Yeah.
If this was my jam, I'd love to have it in 9.8 in newsstand, just simply because I can. But I'm not that much of a He-Man guy, even as a kid.
Either.
The cartoon was I like Thundercats better. G.I. Joe was everything for me anyway.
Yeah, G.I. Joe, Transformers are the top
two.
Yeah.
Those are
I'd rather have a 9.8 in those two books than this.
100%. Yeah.
I gotta assume it's a little rare, but
who bought 3 copies of this book?
People love their He-Man, bro, and people like dudes like my age love the toys, Castle Grayskull and all that. Like the toys were okay. It just wasn't for me. But like
Pickels,
He-Man is like 82, 83, man. It's mid-elementary days, bro. I'm talking 3rd grade, 4th grade. Yeah.
That's crazy. I still have memories of the movie from the 80s with
Yeah,
Dolph
they would.
Lundgren, right,
Oh
Pickles?
man, I used to rent it all the time, bro. I used to ditch school, walk up to the street, and
There was a
rent it.
live action movie in the 80s.
Yeah,
Yeah.
90s.
I think you can find on
Oh, God.
like Tubi or something.
Yes,
Courtney,
Dolph
that was the
Lundgren,
first time I
bro.
ever saw Courtney Cox.
Dolph
Yeah,
Lundgren?
Courtney Cox was
Yeah,
the
he played He-Man.
was a human.
That's crazy.
And they
He
had
played
the
He-Man and
they had the
Punisher.
circular things, and they thought they didn't know ribs were like animal bones and stuff.
Right.
And like,
Dude,
what was that?
it was not bad, bro. It especially for that time. Like
It
I
had
was
nothing to do with like He-Man
No,
itself, but
nothing at
yeah,
all.
I thought that was a definite like Sunday. It's rainy outside. I'm gonna watch He-Man
Yeah,
and Dolph Lundgren. Good journey. Okay, good journey,
Yeah, it was.
everyone. Good journey.
I
All
didn't
right,
get a
well,
little-
on next one. 45 minutes in. Again, I just want to say thanks everyone for your support. We got 14 live on a Sunday before NFL Live is going and all that good stuff. But kind of some news today. We a couple things. We got monetized to receive super chats. They're not required, but I just think it's kind of cool that we were able to do that. We're not like monetized in like ads yet, but I mean the way we're going, it seems pretty cool. And then the channel got nominated for a CBCA award,
Yes, sir.
which was pretty humbling, I want to say. And it's it's all
Good job,
because of the
Bird.
support from the chat and the guys here. Like honestly, man, like in all honesty and being serious, like it's really humbling, I think, to have that happen for us, and it shows us people enjoy us, and our hard work is not for nothing. So we'll keep doing these shows. I'll keep doing the Monday and Tuesday video game comic book market reports, and Pickles will still suck incredibly high because he is a piece of shit.
Wow.
But anyway, he's gonna kick my ass after
Look,
this.
make you choke on your pancake later.
Anyway, ASM 194. This is like, I'm not a buyer of this book at any price just because it doesn't do a lot for me, but I appreciate the nostalgia, the spec. Spider-Man has, I mean, out of any character, this is just biased for me, Spider-Man has the best first appearances because there's so many new characters that come out all the time, and that whole Spider-Man world, right? So 9.6 went for $9.99 for a newsie. If you guys don't know, it's the first Black Cat. And the reason this is trending up in the Key Collector trending 20 on Thursdays, Sydney Sweeney wants in supposedly to play Black Cat. I don't know.
Absolutely not. The chick cannot act.
I don't think.
Absolutely not, bro. I mean, I don't care about her top heavy. Yeah, she's an attractive young woman, but she cannot act, bro. And I watch the show on HBO. Everything on HBO is good. What's it called? Oh fuck, dude, I can't. Well, she was on the first season. Excuse me, she was on the first.
White Lotus or Euphoria?
Yes,
Or whatever.
Euphoria.
Yeah. She was on the first season and she was horrible. Like every scene, I'm like, dude, this is how could they pick this actress? Like everybody acting around her was good. She was just like, huh?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? All she is pretty eyes and boobs. That's what I mean. In my opinion, I don't think she would be good as Black Cat. I'd rather see old school Anne Hathaway. Fuck it, give it to her again.
I just think after Madam Web, I don't want anything to sour the taste of like whatever's going on the MCU. Wait, is that like a Sony movie?
Yeah,
or MCU?
Bro. I don't know how they would do it depending on the rights. I think Sony still has all the rights to everything Spider-Man. So if they did it and they wanted to do it in MCU, I think Sony has to approve it and take a percentage of it or whatever the case may be. If it's Sony, they can just do it. But you just put her in this horrible ass movie that I'm not even gonna waste my time on watching.
That movie is still fresh in my mind.
What
I mean?
Man, I don't think she's bankable as a actress that can lead any movie.
Who's that homegirl from the she's in like every gothic role?
Ortega?
Yeah, they make her Black Cat. Why not? Right? Like,
I think you can give it to where you're going to give it to, but I think the actress that you're going to give it to has to be able to act. And I just don't like Sydney Sweeney as an actress. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I don't. I've only seen her in White Lotus. I don't watch Euphoria. I don't think I've seen her in anything else. But from what I saw in White Lotus, was like, ugh. You know, easy to look at, obviously, but you know what I mean. I don't know. But
No, it's all good. All good stuff, and that's kind of the reason why, like if you're coming from a comic book perspective, like it's not for me, right? Because I'm not a huge Black Cat fan, but I think the cover's awesome. I think the collectability of it for longer term, quote unquote, it may not rise a ton, but it's not going to go that much lower either. And I think $1,000 at 960.
I would buy one raw.
I mean, it's the key. If you're a Spider-Man guy,
if you're a Spider-Man fan, you have to
have it. You gotta have it. I get it, but like again, man, I think Spec. It's just me. I think all Spec is dead. Been dead for a minute now. Yeah, and I would say Spec responsibly. I don't even know if you can flip books on speculation anymore. I think it's a huge risk. I think speculation is risky now.
You have to come to it from a different perspective, which we try and do every day.
Sure.
So next up, Marvel Team Up 141. Is this, I don't know, people consider this the first black costume for Spider-Man. I feel like this is one of those spec things. It's just kind of, I think it's just like, what's your flavor, honestly? And I think you have to go off what the cover is, right? I prefer Secret Wars 6 just because the cover is just nice. It's been homaged, and it has a storyline in the middle too, and that's just the book for me when it comes to the black costume. $7.89 for a 9.8 newsie, so I think that's a good value, right? But I don't like this cover. I think it just looks very basic, which is fine. But it just kind of is like, well, I need a cover of Spider-Man and Venom. Can you do it? Cool. Put Daredevil in the background. Other than that, it doesn't really do anything for me. Pickles, do you have this book at all? And what are your thoughts on this book?
No, I don't own it. I've looked for it. I've tried bidding on it. It just goes above what I'm willing to pay for at the time. I dig the book. It's a big nostalgia. I like the purple. It's a very basic cover for the most part, but I dig it a lot.
Yeah.
It's just not one that I own. It's just, it always ends up going for more than I am wanting to pay for it to have.
Yeah, for sure, man. Fedora, what are your thoughts on it? Or Darth, what's your thoughts on this book?
I'm good. I got older, and when I got back into the hobby and I started reading Spider-Man, I realized that, damn, this dude is not one of my guys. You know what I mean? I don't even read any Spider-Man anymore.
Yeah.
I think the only Spider-Man books I want is the McFarlane one. That was and a little bit. Well, actually, I don't have any. I've sold it all. Like Spider-Man is just not my guy. If anything, I'd get all the McFarlane covers and just put them away in a box, and I'd be good with that. But yeah, man, Spider-Man, dude, I just no, man, I can't. He's just not my guy, dude. I thought he was as a kid. Like when I came back, I gotta read the Spider-Man book because I thought he was my guy, and then I realized, this dude's boring.
I would rather take the Black Cat over this.
Yeah, or I take the other one, the what is it? Secret Wars.
Secret Wars 8. Yeah.
I would take the Black Cat over Secret Wars 8.
Oh, hot take.
I would.
Yeah, no, that's good. I mean, and again, it's like this. There's 3 different books, right, that you can go after if you want the black suit. And Brad, always number 1, Brad. I think we're in agreement with Secret Wars 8. So on to the next. Daredevil 181. This is the first. This is Elektra Death, and I don't know. This is weird. I think this is like. I think the cover is really cool. I'm curious of why it's not homaged more, but it's kind of like one of those covers that tells a story within the art. Personally, like I don't know. It's like something's gonna happen, right? $500 for a 9.8 signed by Frank Miller, which I thought was pretty healthy. It was a direct, but I mean, I thought that's not a bad price. I don't know. Is this bumping because of Deadpool? I don't really know, but there was 100% increase in sales from last week according to Key Collector. But I haven't seen this book in the wild in a very long time, and I gotta imagine it's pretty tough in 98. Pickles, are you a buyer at $500 for 98 Frank Miller signed? I mean, it's kind of the perfect book, almost.
I mean, I own the book. I don't have it graded or anything like that. I've got the Miller run of the Daredevil books.
Oh, nice.
So I think I've got all of it. I'm not positive on that. I might be missing a couple, but yeah, I do. I own this. It's just not graded. It's raw. But I don't know if I would be paying $500 for it.
Yeah.
Like I mean, I know the significance of the book, but it's just kind of like, I don't know, like paying a premium for the death of a character seems weird to me.
I agree. That's got to be the best thing you've said since I've known you.
Ever. Everything else is shit, but yeah. Cool. Yeah, I thought it was, because I and the reason I thought $500 for 98 ain't too bad is because Frank Miller signed it, right? And he's expensive, dude. He's like 150 to 200.
Yeah, except never mind. I'm not gonna finish that.
Oh my god!
I don't want to get mine.
Cross this.
But yo, 150 for a signature.
I think so. Last time I saw, yeah.
I don't even like signatures, man. On my books, dude, I'm good.
Like who the hell do you think you are?
Some kind of mook.
Yeah, bro. 150 for a signature, bro. Like that's you're wilding, bro.
Yo, capitalism, man, at its finest, right there. So,
like you're not even. I don't know, bro.
That's all right. I wouldn't pay it either, but some people do. I don't know, man. Just like Pickels trying to pay for. Anyway, Deadpool 31. Just kidding. He's gonna fucking kill me when he comes here later. First appearance of Ellie Camacho, the daughter of Deadpool. I think this cover is pretty cool. I'm always cautious though with kids superheroes, like kids of superheroes. What I mean by that. The only two I think I would actually, or three I would invest in are probably the Maker. The Maker. I would invest in Dylan Brock, and I would invest in Damian.
Yeah, why not?
Did you see Old Man Dylan?
Oh,
I read that this morning, dude.
When did
it looks like Eddie.
Is it good?
Dude, Venomore's fun, man. It's a great
read. It's got a lot of surprises of first appearances. The Old Man Dylan's not the first appearance check it out, man. So check it out.
It's really good. There's that Venom, or there's like Null references too. So I mean,
you just get the Marvel app.
So yeah, it's good, man. If you haven't picked up Venom Wars or whatever it's called, like it's a really fun read. And Al Ewing, man, like
Al Ewing, hey bro, Al Ewing. He has. Well, he's been doing good. I love that Immortal Hulk. There was something else he wrote that
recently, right?
I just can't remember. I know he did Immortal Hulk. That was badass. And he did something else after that.
He did Mortal Thor.
Yeah, that's why people are buying it. Yeah, I stopped reading that and I kind of regret it, but I just don't have time. But Pickles, are you a buyer of Children of Heroes? Is that your thing?
So I own this book, but I think I bought it for like $10, like a year ago or something like that, just because I knew that Deadpool 3 was in the works.
Yeah.
And it was something that could come about. I don't know why. I honestly don't know why the spike in it now or why the interest.
Because the last issue of Daredevil, of Deadpool, there's a cameo of her. And then I think issue 7 there was a cameo of her in whatever Deadpool book just came out last week, I believe.
Oh, okay.
And issue 7 is going to be her first full appearance or whatever, but that's going to be sad. Dude, that's going to be watered down. They got a 1 in 100. They got a 1 in 50. They got all that. 1 in 50, 1 in 25. And Marvel kills all their incentives with the second print. So I would against Spec responsibly on that. You know what I mean? If anything, that character becomes anything, these books might hold some weight versus the shit that just happened. But
technically, she was in the movie though.
And Deadpool, I think Deadpool died.
Oh, it's the baby?
Nah, she was Deadpool 2099.
In the movie?
Yeah, Deadpool 2099 was there, which was the daughter of Deadpool.
Huh.
I know.
You gotta look hard. You gotta look hard.
There's so many Deadpools. I mean, freaking Matthew
Deadpool,
McConaughey's in that movie.
Well, no, I remember Deadpool 2099 in the movie. That was that Tron looking one.
Yeah,
No face.
yes, exactly.
Oh,
but let me just make sure that is her. Let me just Google.
But I wasn't
this.
sure. Like, I didn't know that was the connection there, because I was just like, all of a sudden I started seeing this book pop up, and I was like, shit,
wait,
what's got that thing sitting in a back bin somewhere?
Ellie. Yeah,
all right,
Ellie
never
Camacho.
mind. That's Eduardo.
Yeah, it's Camacho. Like
different people. Never mind.
That's all good. We won't hold you to it this time. Next time, maybe. Yeah, just kidding.
That's why I
Brad said.
Fact checked yourself. Yeah. I mean, I'm 9/8, 160 to 200. I mean, there's so many other books you could just buy for $200 in lower grade, or whatever, or a key that again, I'm not. I think if you bought that for 160, hoping to sell for 300 in a year or two, like
that's not gonna happen.
I don't think it's gonna happen. But
no,
yeah, it's not gonna happen. But anyway,
unless if reader speculation, right? So if that character puts together a good run and everybody talks about it, maybe, but no.
Yeah, it's so hard though, right?
I hate Deadpool. Like, there's no good Deadpool stories. Like, Deadpool is the worst.
Yeah,
decent movies.
Yeah, the movies are good, but the story is just like, you can't really exude the comedy like reading a book personally for me. But like,
he's funny.
Peacemaker is actually pretty good. Never mind, I should say
he's
that.
Funny when he's put when he's like.
What's up, Trev?
Voted for you. That's when he's funny. Like when he was with X-Force and the whole Krakoa era, he would appear here and there, and it was funny.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I couldn't read Daredevil. I think I read a Kelly Thompson maybe wrote a run. I think I read that, or Deadpool Assassin.
Yeah,
it was kind of all right, but
I ain't never hear nobody show up to a comic book store and say, "Yo, you read that new Deadpool? It was fire." Never.
No,
happened.
people. Yeah, that's probably true.
Never happened.
Yeah. All right. Well, we're about an hour in. We got one more slide, and then Pickles and I we're gonna go grab some breakfast, right? Pancakes.
What is it? Is there a staple? Because you guys breakfast type food in Washington, the state of Washington, Seattle area. Although I'm not in LA no more, we had the best breakfast burritos citywide, dude.
I bet, man. We don't do breakfast burritos really. If you're trying to find like the best avocado toast in the world, I mean, I'm sure Seattle is like top 3 at least.
I don't like avocados, but avocado toast, huh?
Yeah,
avocado toast is not breakfast.
It's what Pickles eats every morning to keep his beautiful figure.
Well, you can. So you just toast bread and spread avocado on it, right?
Yeah. It's literally just like putting guac on friggin' toast.
Yeah, that's what Pickles says.
I don't like. Yeah, I don't like. I'm Hispanic, obviously, but I don't like avocados. I don't even like the texture of it. Like if they put avocado in my hamburger, bro, I'll take that shit back.
So check this out, Filipinos.
Huh?
We don't do guacamole. We take avocados and we put like condensed milk and sugar and eat it like that.
I don't know about that. Comics and tortillas. See, Comics and tortillas can tell you about the California hamburgers, bro.
I'm sure he can, man. Hey, you guys, Trev's in the chat. He's a great member of the community. I just actually voted for the Comic Book Community Awards, and Trev, you got my vote for every single nomination you got. So congrats to you as well, my dude. And you guys catch Trev. He's on also every Sunday, like I think around 7:00 Pacific time. But the guy's just a good dude, and appreciate it.
Also, big ups to Cody, bro. He blessed me with a copy of the first appearance of the Red Lanterns. So thank you for that. And we were talking a little bit. So me and Cody's goal right now is to find the first appearance of the Red Lanterns, the 1 in 10, but a newsstand. So that's our
Jesus Christ.
DMs.
Newsies.
So
you're gonna have to sell. You're gonna have to sell a lot of stuff for that book in particular. But I like it.
I can't find it. We couldn't find it. We were checking. So we'll see. We're on the hunt. Well, also thank you for blessing me with that copy.
Nope.
He's not in the chat. He's not in the chat, but we'll he'll probably watch the rewind, so I'll let him know. Yeah. So last but not least, I think Darth, I got this idea from you, man. I want to say X-Men 2, the 1 in 100. Man, I mean, for me, like this has to be cover of the year so far, in my opinion.
Really?
Just for the art itself, I just think it's cool. But I'm a big swords guy.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean, she's dude. Again, they're killing this. Well, first of all, I don't think you should spec on 1 in 100s anyway.
No.
Right? No, not at all.
I almost bought a 1 in 100 of the Viking Venom. I thought that was cool.
Yeah, you were kind of on that for a little bit.
I mean, that's different. That could be a variant that might later on could do something. This, bro, Marvel already killed it by the 1 in 25 second print.
Yeah.
And they have a 1 in 25 second print?
Yeah, bro, that's Marvel kills all 1 in 8. Here, okay, so here's the thing. Remember the Immortal Hulk run?
Yeah.
Okay, remember? Okay, they did the first. What were they? What was it called, man? Where the faces change? Remember that?
I know what you mean. Yeah.
Remember
for
that?
all those guys. Yeah, Venom.
Yeah, it was a 1 in 25. Dude, that book got up to $300.
Stupid.
Yeah. Marvel did a second print and it killed that. Killed that book.
Everyone got like, oh, I'm not doing it. No,
yes.
Yeah.
I think it's called Immortal variant. It might be called where they did the faces. Because they did
right, Infinity or something like that. It starts
something like that.
Something like that.
And ever since then, Marvel has killed off any 1 in 100s or anything like that. They can kill it with a second print, right? They've done it. They just religiously do it. So it's like if you like a virgin cover, you don't even got to get the 1 in 100. You can just wait for the 1 in 25.
Right.
But I think the roll cover is better. And I'm not a Campbell guy. Maybe, hopefully that doesn't. Maybe the homie Tortillas. I'm not a Campbell guy. I think Campbell guys are one-trick pony. It's the same thing over and over again. And I am an Art Germ guy, but I think the same thing. Art Germ.
Yeah.
I love Art Germ, but it's the same thing over and over again.
Yeah.
So I would not even mess with these, man. You know?
Pickels, big sword for Magic. Do you like the big sword there? Does it give you Cloud vibes?
Big sword.
Just the big sword?
Like the breaker sword?
Like the breaker sword. That's totally what it is, man. It's the breaker sword for frickin' Magic, so I think it's kind of cool.
She found the breaker sword.
Well, yeah, cool, man. I thought that was just kind of a fun show to do to the subject. I got kind of lazy, so I was like, hey, key collector. I always look at that. What?
She must have used the she used the what is that? The strategy guide to find that sword.
Key collector is a
that's fine. What's that?
I don't care what anybody says. The key collector is a genius app. I wouldn't use it to like for market, right?
There's people that come into my shop and then they pull it out and they be like, yo, you got this? And I'm like,
bro, it
you want to pay
$100?
If I'll go on a limb and say this, key collector changed the comic collecting, whether you're an investor, right? Whether you're curious of what your favorite characters' books are, or you're just curious of comics in general. How easy do they make it and accessible via your phone? And anyone that says like, obviously you take it with a grain of salt, right? A lot, like any app in general. But I honestly think like Key Collector brought technology, obviously, to comic books,
the game.
Which I think is pretty cool. So.
Bro, Ferd, I had 30 years away from the hobby.
Sure.
Okay, I got back into comic books in 2015 when Disney bought Star Wars and they were going to do new canon. I was still in Southern California, LA, and I got back into the hobby. When I came out to the Midwest and I was starting to just like had weekly pulls, I discovered the Key Collector app. I was a noob. I felt I was a noob.
Me too.
So that app and a lot of other content gave me a refresher real quick. It got to the point where I didn't need to pull out my phone because it was all over social media, like YouTube. You know what I mean? I kind of figured out what to collect, and I did. Like, the indies. It just was a fast track for me to learn what was really going on in the hobby. You know, the hobby had evolved. It was modern time. It was social media. For somebody like me, an older dude, it was and it is quite convenient. And I've never bashed that app. I get why some people don't like it, but I think they're looking at it the wrong way.
I'm
You're 30 years
indifferent to
outside of
it.
the hobby.
I hate
A lot of you guys never left the hobby, or some others never left the hobby that had criticism of it. So you didn't need to be fresh. You knew what to look for. You remembered the keys. I didn't even heard the term keys until I came back to the hobby. I was like, what's a key? Oh, a key. Oh, first appearance. I know what that is. You know what I mean? So for me, hey, awesome.
Do you think, Geek Collector? And again, one more before we leave. Again, I just want to thank everyone on the panel for getting us to monetization for super chats, which is really cool. And just the CBCA award nomination. Good luck to all the nominees out there. If you were so gracious to vote for our channel, I'm sure all of us would really appreciate it. It's cool not to just get nominated, man. I mean, like,
you gotta win, bro. You gotta win, dude. It's like having an Emmy. Is that like having?
It's kind of like having an Emmy, right? And
if
if we end up winning, I'll give away a Swordmaster book. How's that? But no, it's just really cool to be nominated.
Has anybody ever won an Oscar, an Emmy, and a Razzie?
What's a Razzie?
Ooh, Halle Berry might.
What's a Razzie?
Maybe an Oscar and a Razzie. Best worst movie or something like that.
Is that the worst movie ever?
Yeah, like best. It's like the Oscars for like the worst movies.
Because Halle Berry hasn't. She's an Oscar-winning actress, and Catwoman is like horrible, I guess. And that won one of those Razzie.
Make me feel good. Okay, we'll leave on that note. You guys all have a good day. Pickles, you're just gonna drive on over, and you guys, we'll see you next Monday, perhaps.
Let's go Yankees!
Atlanta Braves, baby, we're hot. We're hot.
Oh, yeah,
Seattle Mariners.
We're hot.
Mariners are back to being average again.
But fuck the Mariners.
You'll always have.